Hello everyone, lord.agion here with another Grey Goo replay. This time instead of this is beater versus beater faction. It's not beta, it's beater. That's what they say in the campaign, so I'm just gonna go by how's that. On the bottom side, oh great, they're both beater. I'll just see their names. I just was gonna call them by the color anyways. And those one's SwaxI, just buried that chat. Oh wait, here we go. Here, Nicobig21, it's bottom left, he's orange. And SwaxI is the red beta, or beater faction in the north. This is the third faction, Grey Goo, if you watched my previous replay. And the beta faction is probably the most, well, they're an alien race, but it's native to this world, more or less native to this world, so the humans are actually the alien faction. We got a small hub building straight next to the catalyst vent, one refiner going down, and building a factory. Looks like he might be going for early aggression. Nope, he's, yeah, probably early aggression on both sides. Going for anti-armor early, while this guy's going for commandos. He's building a small hub a bit farther away than Nico. Is that right? How do you say it? Nicobig. Got his 3 commandos sit on this place, on this top epically, wondering why are we here? Then again, it's why their own planet, more or less. The whole Grey Goo campaign, spoiler alert, this is not the original beater homeworld, though it is their world they're living on currently now. I assume this map is of this world from the campaign. Probably, not sure, never explained. Both sides looks like they're getting their economy up. No early aggression, just early defense of the commandos. Got a commando in each avenue approach here. Well, he just have a commando in the bush, within the trees, and 3 on this ridge. Got 1 commando going out to scout. And it's going to be a bit slow in the beginning. Not surprising. The beater faction doesn't really have its... The Goo faction has its early aggression builds. The beater faction, they have some, but mostly just means build a lot of commandos and attack. Will this commando get through for a scout? Yes, it will. 2 shots till death. What did he see? He saw all the way up to here. He probably sees, oh, nothing's extremely aggressive. He sees a tank. If he would have clicked on it soon enough, he probably would have seen the tank attachment. Probably would tell him, oh, he's going to get a tank, but everybody expects a tank. Which the tank for the beta faction is this unit here. I really wish I could pull it up like in game. Toggle player camera. Yeah. But yeah, this tank unit, all the pretty much everything the beaters have are mechs, not exactly tank. It's not exactly a, for say, like tank equivalent, like in modern era, in our era for tanks in this game, because there's no treads. In fact, I don't think there's a single vehicle in this game that has treads, but it's tank as in heavy armor. Yep. Just give you an idea of where the resources are. The grayish color means is that you can refine from those locations. Just in case if anybody was wondering of where the refining locations are on this map, I probably should just leave that up so everybody can see. It doesn't really change much. Sure, it might affect some graphical things here, but I'll probably remove that in for combat area. Bookmark. That's probably some of the scrolling the replay. Looks like we've got a bit of attack force coming out. Small a handful of commandos and two, what are they called? Stalkers, to stalk the enemy. Got a small hub here, eyeing to see if you can't get a nearby expansion. In this game, no matter where a refinery is, from where the extractor is, the game will automatically build enough collectors in between to get the 10 creds per second, or 8 creds per second, or 13 creds per second. Which is pretty nice. By the way, if harvesters coming back from the extractor to the refinery, they are highly explosive, so stay away from them when you blow them up. Looks like we got some Predator tanks out on the field, while this guy's going to go heavy in Stalkers to deal with the tanks. He doesn't have he does have a tank attachment. The economy is a bit slower for the Feeder faction than the Human faction due to the fact that you have to build hubs for each. There's limited slots per hub of how many buildings can be there, while the Human faction just builds up conduit wire. That Predator's dead. Also, the defensive towers for the Feeder faction are walls, and they place a unit on top of it. Only certain units can go on top of it, like a Commando, a Predator, not a Stalker, Predator or Guardian, or the Anti-Air. I forget what that exactly is called. Here, good engagement with them. Bush is not first shot, but he's just overwhelmed by numbers. He's going to try to retreat the Predator, because they're pretty expensive compared to the Commando, but just wait, is that the same? No, that's orange, that's red. Game is not lagging. Really? Just sat there? That's just sort of funny. Commando here for a scout. Got another force here, but this force is damaged, so this force could take it on if they make their way up. Currently, right now, their military seem pretty even, except the bottom player has more of a force due to the fact that very favorable engagement for him. Well, very favorable outcome. The engagement is favorable to SwaxI, but he just didn't have the numbers to compete. So his force was crushed. Let's see. Tech attachments. We got the Predator volleys and 4 shots reduced to a single shot, allowing them to retarget each shot as needed. I think it decreases the rate of fire, but increases the DPS basically, so he doesn't waste all 4 shots on one pretty much dead unit. Structures. Units they have out. So more commandos. Whoa. Much bigger, much larger Stalker number for Nico. Doesn't really orange. I have to go by the color and memorize the name. Got 2 Stratus. Stratus, is that a bomber or scout? Aircraft. No damage, I think that's a scout. The scouting aircraft. So perhaps we might see some aircraft play here. Aircraft, they're pretty fragile, but they do a lot of damage. Just an entire army in a bush. Don't worry about that. Looks like he's getting Hailstorm has ability to move and fire. Let's see. There's a Hailstorm Avalanche. One's siege, one's artillery. Siege is good against pretty much single targets, while artillery is good against range. Their range. Being caught out, but this back force is not attacking. Now they're attacking that. They're given an attack move. Now that's move forward. Yeah, this guy has much better micro, but just not enough numbers. See what I mean? There are turrets. A commando on top of a wall. They destroy the wall first, then they can attack the commando. Walls do have a good amount of health, so the commando has low DPS. This is gonna be caught out. He's rallying down. Okay, we got a good attacking force here. Looks like there's gonna be a bit of a base trade. And damage-wise. By the way, these like shrubs, I think they do block line of sight. Not sure. But the extract is gonna go down. Now this refinery has no income. He's currently microing in two areas, down here and up there. You can see he's firing now reduces the fire rate, which allows, I think it does about the same DPS. So this, destroy the small hub, now he's taking out the refineries. Now these are the juicy targets. If you can destroy, it really cripples an enemy, since this is where the harvesting happens. We got a massive force in the middle of the space. This goes one refinery. There goes another. He's cancelled that or sold it, I'm not sure. Oh, hailstorms. Those are the artillery pieces. He got 3 hailstorms. Let's see how good their initial shots are. 6 hailstorm. Boom, boom. Wiped out about 3 tridents, lost 1. Tridents, stalkers. Big massive damage on all of them. He's going to start a step. See, he's got the... It's not fully researched. Oh, I didn't realize the artillery pieces could move and shoot. Okay, that's a bit overpowered in this game. He probably won't get the extractor. He probably should just ran. Got another counterattack over here. If he destroys the small hub, it reduces the mining this guy again. Because currently the red person, the SwaxI, the top right, his economy is doing not very well. Now it's even worse. Got cloudburst. That's the anti-air. The cloudburst. The Seeker, I think, is stealth, so you can't see it there. Though I think he does realize it's there since the pathing goes around him. Got a small force here. Got some defense building up. Got some more refineries. Yeah. What do they have in structures? Refineries. Yeah. 2 more refineries, which does add up in the long run. He's getting the Predator volley now. And he's getting the Seekers lose stealth button now. Well, you lose their stealth, but now provides stealth to all allied units in the area. That can be pretty handy. Now we got a massive forest building up. Problem is you want to spread out your units when you're facing against artillery because they deal splash damage. Now it's finished researching and then it lost itself but now provides stealth to nearby units. That's why that secret died even though there's no stealth detection. If he realized that, but he probably didn't, that upgrade was completed. Just by that he was able to shoot that. Still, only the stalker production, no artillery or siege. He's going to try to overwhelm enemy with numbers while this guy's going to go with heavy force. It looks like we got a big engagement already happening. Artillery. The artillery is just going to pick apart that army. Look at that. Almost a third of his army just got wiped out. Only the artillery is left, but they can move and shoot. Yeah. The artillery wins. Beater artillery is definitely the strongest of all the artillery in the game. Though the Goo faction can go across mountains with their artillery. Nice ambush from here. Wiping out 1, 2, 3. We lost the hub, so his fighting's down. Now he's going to send in his units. This one thing above. Everything's blue in the bush. I had to click on the thing because it said this guy has blue health bars, this guy has red health bars. Now, he's going with his artillery advantage, he's just wiping out this guy's massive amount of units. So the artillery is really winning him good day. Looks like he's also dropping a small HUD here, trying to capitalize on the fresh economy there. He might just... yeah, he's going to go for the Catalyst Club now. We've got a harassment force over here. The commando probably should be in the tower, but Khan's going to die. Got another army of stalkers over here, but this team of artillery probably would destroy him outright. Let's see. Commandos get the ability to shoot air units. Which is an interesting choice, seeing Assault doesn't have any air units. Period. I didn't see if he sold that off or got destroyed, but there's a sizable force there. This guy, Assault is going down for, the red flare is going down for the refineries, so both sides are losing refineries. Now he's got line of sight, artillery barrage in there. Alright, yeah, just throwing away the artillery, let's move and shoot. Yeah, there's some graphical glitches where you don't see those shooting. I think that's just because of the replay view. And these guys are just gonna be shot while they chase. They might get one more. Nope. Oh, they did. These artillery units are a bit fragile, but they are very strong, as I showed. Show. quite a bit. Looks like maybe SWAT's going to come back and wipe him out since he had so many good engagements with artillery, wiping out pretty much half the army before they got off a shot. Oh, I don't think it's actually shoot up. Look at that. Almost the entire army got wiped out. And the artillery gets picked off at the end. What happened there is they were lagging behind, they were shooting over the cover down into them. And these commandos, since they're effective against light, they're means they can win out against stalkers easy if they have good numbers. They're much cheaper also. More stalkers versus more artillery. This game's just really not letting up of which side's going to win. Both sides struck against the economy. Both sides got pretty much each time they fight, the one army gets wiped out. There's no decisive victory. And now seeing the catalyst, each of the events, now each of these like double areas are now have nothing left. Splitting off just enough to deal with these stalkers. This game still can go either way. Sure, this guy has a lot of artillery, but he doesn't have anything to protect the artillery. This game started to get close to the end. I can see these artillery going to be wiped out due to the fact that you don't see it there. Yeah, you can see these guys are just picking them off. And oh, that's a massive burst. Wiping out about a third of that army. That might be the rest of them there. And those guys just got stuck in the corner and now they're being already dead. I think that the game has swung in the favor of SWAC. Now, why do I keep saying Salt? That was one of the guys in the campaign, wasn't it? If the economy is starting to dry up, yeah, pretty much the most potent harvesting area is right here. Sure, there's these small ones, but you don't want small, you want to go big and go home. Except these guys are both at their home, like I said. This is their home planet, or their permanent planet of residence. Both sides are spending much more than they can afford. We got some counter artillery. What was that? What? Attacking the ground? I have no idea. I think he's attacking the ground. Might be a good flank. But he's falling up to this. Look at that. He's dead. RT party. Yeah. Oh, so SWAT has horrible economy right now. I think it's because he's building these refineries. He needs to protect those refineries at all costs, or else he will probably lose the game. Yeah, that was what he was. Why all he was losing so much income return. You can see by the population count, SwaxI has a huge amount of population military units, almost over twice the army actually. So this game I'm going to call it's going to go to SwaxI victory. He's not going to flood in with every unit he has. Yeah, that's game. I'd like to thank you for watching this replay, because I know this game's probably go beat on that. Sometimes I get tongue twisted. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Lord.agion signing out.